What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. So today we're going to talk about something that I actually get a lot of questions about because people think that it can't be real. It's about cardio. Let's just talk about it right now. Now, as I do cardio, right, and people, they watch me do cardio sometimes at the gym. This has been happening for, like a decade. This is nothing new. And what they would do is they would watch me move on the treadmill at about 2.5 to 2.8 is my speed on a flat, completely flat, fasted cardio. And when all is said and done, I burn about 45 calories for the time that I'm on the treadmill. Well, how the fuck am I smashing these fat loss goals every week? And they've watched me get ready for shows. So they've actually watched my body develop and change in short periods of time without doing the crazy intense cardio, like the HIIT cardio that these science wingnut people fucking claim is better and it's the most efficient way to lose fat. Well, the scientific people, scientific wingnuts, science fucking geeks, whatever you want to call them. I shouldn't call them geeks. That's actually a derogatory term. I don't like that. So we're just going to call them wingnuts, right? Because that's not derogatory. That's just a nickname. Yeah, okay, we're going to go with wingnuts. So the wingnuts, they agree that, or they feel that science, everything's based on science. And if science doesn't say it, then it doesn't fucking exist, right? And I go, well, why don't you go back and actually look at the science? Now, we're not talking about fasted versus non-fasted cardio. We're talking about the intensity of cardio, in which one burns more fat in a shorter amount of time more effectively. Now, listen to what I just said. Burns more fat in a shorter amount of time that is more efficient, okay? That's the key, right? We want to burn fat as fast as possible without having to do more than we really should do to lose fat, right? Are we all in agreement of that? Good. So they go back and they go, well, CJ, here's the studies right here. And this shows that high intensity interval cardio or working out at your, like, they said 90% of your max heart rate. And I was like, 90% of your max heart rate? That is like, that's more anaerobic than it's fucking aerobic, but whatever. But who the fuck is going to be working out at 90% of their fucking, anyways, it doesn't matter. But some of these people do that. They get on, they go, I got to burn 400 calories in the elliptical and I'm going to do it. And then it doesn't matter like how much time, so I can get it done quick. And they fucking crank it out and I'm like, okay, whatever. So now they look 400 calories they burn. Wow, that's amazing. So cool. You only lost 1.5 pounds of fat this week still. What the fuck? I'm still losing 2 to 3 pounds of fat, and guess what? I'm moseying my ass along on that fucking treadmill, burning about 45 calories. Not 4,500, 45 calories. So if you're burning your 400 compared to my 45, before you say drugs, these other assholes are on drugs too. And I didn't used to always do drugs. Remember that I was also a natural competitor when I was a teenager. So I do have experience with natural, non-natural, competing in both realms, areas, whatever you want to call it. So when you go back and actually look at the data, right, the scientific data, it clearly states that if you do this high-intensity cardio, overall, for the amount of time, you will burn more calories, right? And they're going to argue that calories are ultimately what makes you lose the most amount of fat. They're going to argue that. That's because they believe in calories in, calories out. They don't understand anything else about anything. Now, that being said, go back and look at the data again because they compare high-intensity interval training with low-intensity cardio. They compare them. There's been more than one study. And what they found, lo and behold, check this out. What they found was, let's say it was 30 minutes of high-intensity interval cardio, right? And 30 minutes of low-intensity cardio. They found that the low-intensity cardio burned more fat within that 30 minutes in general than the high-intensity interval cardio. Now, one person burns 45 calories. The other person burns 400 calories, but more actual fat was burned in the low-intensity non-interval. Now they go, well, it's all about the calories, but that person that did the low intensity just burnt more fat than you did. You have to do more than what they're doing to burn more calories to lose the same amount of fat that they already lost, which means that technically in that amount of time, let's just like throw numbers out. So let's say they burned 1/2 pound of fat. It's not reality, but they burned 1/2 pound of fat in that half hour, right? And you burned 1/4 pound, although you burned more calories, right? So that means you're still short 1/4 pound, which means you have to either restrict your food for the rest of the day or do another cardio session, or maybe you could do one of these metabolic workouts, which they claim that shit works like cardio too, in order to lose that other 1/4 pound that guy already lost. He already lost 1/2 pound. You already fucking lost more than you did. You have to do more. So this is what I talk about being efficient. Like they'll take the data and they'll twist it and turn it because they don't really understand. People honestly think that like well, this says this, and it says that more calories burnt means more fat loss. But this guy already has lost more fat, and it's not even the end of the fucking day already. He's still on his diet, from moving around, calories burned and stuff. He still may burn more fat off his body, which he's probably going to, and so are you. But you're still going to be behind him for the day. What the fuck? I'm like, since when do we become so interested and so stuck on these studies and information that we actually throw results out the fucking window? And what the bitch about it is there is data and studies and information telling you that lower intensity cardio burns more fat calories than carb calories. And that same fucking study tells you more calories are burnt from carbohydrates than fat with the high intensity interval training. So let's hashtag Jerry Logic that shit again, okay? Let's go Jerry Logic one more time. I can do this and efficiently burn more fat in the same amount of time. Or I can do what the wingnuts want me to do fucking 10 times the fucking work, lose half the amount of fucking body fat, and then have to do more shit to get the same results that I would have done before. What? Let me just put it like this. If you go in the gym and you need to do 25 sets to get your chest to grow, right? What do you think would be better for your muscle growth, central nervous system, recovery, tendons, ligaments? One set to maximum muscular failure, then beyond failure, or 25 sets of fucking around in the gym thinking you're training hard? Guess what? Both of them will build muscle. There's a good possibility that the 25 sets will not build muscle. There is a fucking almost 100% probability that the fucking one set will build muscle. So why the fuck would you want to go in the gym and do 25 sets that may or may not build muscle when you literally know that this one that you're doing will build muscle, but it's only one set? It can't be that simple, right? Because the amount of effort and mental fortitude that goes into that one set, the person doing 25 sets will never know what it takes to do that. They don't have it in them to do that. That's why they do the 25 sets. That fucking warrior, that one that can push themselves to the point where they are gonna fucking, they feel like they're gonna die for one set. Mike Mensa, Dorian Yates, these guys that used to do that. Lee Labrada used to train like that. There's plenty of guys that have used the heavy duty basic training to do that. Now, let's not talk about the fucking genetic freaks like we're going to talk about, like Dexter Jackson. There's a lot of stuff. Listen, none of you motherfuckers out there are Dexter Jackson, okay? However, most of you out there could be like a Casey Viator or one of these guys that has good potential for muscle building, may not be a super freak, but trained the right way, you only have to do what you have to do to get results. You don't have to do more than you actually have to do. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, if I have to do 20 minutes of cardio to, excuse me, my fucking voice crack, 20 minutes of cardio in order to attain my goal, right? And I found a way that allowed me to do 10 minutes of cardio, but actually get the same exact results. Why the fuck would I do 20 if I can do 10? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it blows my fucking mind that people out there still can argue about data and facts and this and that. When you have a subject like cardio that is either high intensity interval or low intensity, and you've got fuck tons of people doing the low intensity for decades, getting great results. Now all of a sudden, like, a new fad was to burn as many fucking calories as you could. And guess what? The people that fucking are burning all those many calories as they possibly could with their fucking 400 calories on the elliptical, they're still counting every single fucking macro. They're still behind on fat loss than the people that are doing the low intensity. And they still have to pick up the slack to make up the slack that the other people don't have to do. So the people that are doing the high intensity interval are training harder, not smarter. But they're the ones that claim to be smart. They're the ones that claim to have all the answers because of science. And next thing you fucking know, you go, science says this works better. Like, oh no, that's fucking old school. Actually, that's not old school. Old school was this, new school was this, and they did study of both of them together, and they found out very quickly that the low intensity actually has you burn more fat calories while you're doing that as opposed to the high intensity. So it's like, oh yeah, more fat is burnt. Fuck that, throw it aside. We're gonna talk about calories. Well, don't you talk about calories to begin with just so you can control fat? Well, isn't the whole object, it's to control fat loss, right? Increase fat loss. That's the whole point, right? Then why the fuck would you not do what burns the most amount of fat, do some kind of hokey pokey bullshit because some fucking scientist said it or somebody in the gym said it, or you just want to feel better or bigger than the other people that are doing it over here old school So you got to do a new school. Well, fuck it. You know what? You want to go do an extra fucking 2 hours of cardio a week? Fucking be my guest. You want to get out there and almost put yourself in a goddamn fucking coma every time you get on the elliptical so you can burn 500 calories in 10 minutes? Be my fucking guest. I'm going to walk on that treadmill like I've been doing for fucking decades. Stay fucking lean all the fucking time and not have to fucking worry about, am I doing things right? Or did I read the latest study? But I don't need a study. You know why? Because I've been doing this shit for fucking 30 years. Whatever the studies are now, we already did 30 years ago. Okay? We were doing this shit 30 years ago. And I think it's very interesting how over and over again you'll hear people say, well, fasted cardio versus fasted doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter versus that one. But you still get these motherfuckers that blow those people away results-wise. They fucking smoke these motherfuckers. And then the other ones, they blame it all on drugs. It's like, no, you're training inefficiently. You're training fucking stupid because you're taking what was in a fucking study and applying it to something that they didn't actually fucking study. I got news for you. They're not studying bodybuilders. They're studying fucking knuckleheads that fucking have no idea what the fuck we truly do diet and training wise. And that changes things. But what they did was they showed on the fucking study people that were trained, they lost more fat with a low intensity. And what's fucked up is the study really was open-ended. Like, these people weren't trying to figure out, like, you know, they're not trying to put another aspect down. Like, they're not saying, like, we want to find out whether or not high-intensity interval training for cardio is better because we want to make the people feel stupid that are doing the bro way. Like, that's not what it was about. It was truly about, we're not really sure because these people swear this works. These people swear this works. Let's put them together and find out, like, chemically that, you know, like, what we'll do is do a metabolic test, and they put the fucking mask on them and put all the fucking hoses and shit on them. That's how they measured it. It wasn't like they just fucking did a skin caliper test before and after the fucking... They were watching what breakdown of energy substrates were happening while they were doing this. It's that metabolic fucking test that they do. So, guys, you know, it freaks me out that fucking over and over again we got these people that will argue for the fucking science. They'll argue about the scientific fucking way, and they'll argue about the studies. And you have a study that contradicts what they're fucking saying, and that one doesn't count. Okay, it may not count, but guess what? My fucking 2.8 on the treadmill with 40 calories is still going to lose more fat than you every single fucking time. BioStateTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BioStateTraining.com is the blog. Don't think about it, bicep. Just do it. And we are out.